guys, welcome to the DMX Show. This is a tech vlog where we talk about Google, Android, all things tech, plus anything that I find interesting. And today's big news is that Instagram has finally released their Android application to the Android market. This is like 1.5 years in the making, and my response is basically, who cares? I could have used this application 1.5 years ago if I had an Apple iPhone. That's when it was popular. That's when all my friends were using it. I feel like if I go crazy with this application now, all my friends will be like, you're such a loser. You're 1.5 years behind. Where have you been? We've been using this all this time. You're just now going crazy with Instagram. I do know that a few months back, I did try to play around with Pic Please, Retro Camera, Paper Cam, all these other cameras that add the effects. And as far as I'm concerned, I don't really need the filters. I oftentimes forget that I even have that stuff installed on my phone. I just go to the stock camera anyways. So as far as I'm concerned, Instagram for Android, who cares? Moving forward, ice cream sandwich updates are supposedly rolling out for the Razr, the Razr, and the Razr Maxx this week. The leak dates that came out were the Razr should be receiving its ice cream sandwich update Friday the 6th, and the Razr and Razr Maxx should be receiving their updates on tomorrow, which is Wednesday the 4th. Now, the Wednesday the 4th, I'm not so sure about that date. I guess we'll see tomorrow whether or not it happens, but as far as I'm concerned, they just sent out all of the soak tests for the Razr and the Razr Maxx, and normally it takes a few weeks to get all the bugs fixed, so it could be a week away. We know that this release is real because they have sent out the soak test. There has been a leaked release for the Razr and the Razr Maxx, so we know that it is on the way. However, I know that the Bionic users are feeling shafted once more. This is the group of people that were awaiting a device as of CES 2010. They were waiting all year long on a device. The device was scrapped. We didn't hear anything about that device for a whole nother month, and then the device is re-announced, and then they release it in, I think it was June or July. I picked up the device on day one. I felt awesome. I finally had this Bionic. I've been looking forward to this thing for like 9 months. I finally get it in my hands. I've got this awesome phone. It's the first dual-core processor on Verizon Wireless, and I'm so psyched about it. And then 3 months later, Motorola announces the Razr, and I feel shafted because I just spent $650 because my contract wasn't up, so I had just updated my phone, and now I feel shafted because the Razr comes out, and then a month later they announced the Razr Maxx, and I'm like, Motorola, what are you doing to your people? And I'm sure that the Bionic users feel this way again because their phone once again has been left out. It's not receiving ice cream sandwich this week or next. In fact, it may never receive the ice cream sandwich update, which would be very unfortunate because there still are several Bionic users who would love to have ice cream sandwich in an official build for their phone. And it looks like that may not happen. If it does, it should happen sometime in the third quarter. But we have heard nothing from Motorola to state that they will be releasing that ice cream sandwich release. Now, as for the Razr, that's not so surprising because they did say that they will be releasing their ice cream sandwich update sometime in the early spring. So from them, it's early springtime. We're really expecting that ice cream sandwich update for the Razr. Next topic is the rumor mill. The rumor mill is a churning, and what it's churning about is the Google tablet store for the online store. So the latest news from Wall Street Journal is that Google is getting prepared to release a Google tablet on an internet-only store. Now, this would be sort of like the Nexus store. A few years ago, Google announced that they were going to be selling their exclusive Nexus line on their internet store. This would be just the Nexus phones that were Google approved. This would be like the phone that every other phone from every other manufacturer should be based on. This would be like the starting point, which was a great thing, and I was very excited about it. I was so excited to buy my phone directly from Google, and then the carriers got involved, and then it became just a crazy mess because Verizon wanted to subsidize this, and they wanted to add on a 2-year agreement, and everything was just jumbled, and it was a mess. I couldn't go into a store and pick up that Nexus phone from Verizon, but I had to have my contract with Verizon, or with T-Mobile or whatever, so it felt weird to go into T-Mobile for a phone to be activated, but I couldn't actually pick one up with my hand and feel it and get a feel for it. But I think that this opportunity that Google has with the tablet market is totally different because they have this opportunity to present us with their version of the best Android tablet that can be on the market, and then HTC, Motorola, LG, Asus, everybody can see what they've done with their tablet and build off of it. So this would be like a starting point for the tablets. Google also has a prime opportunity to get market share here. They can subsidize this tablet by themselves. Google has so much money that they wouldn't even have to get the money back. So they could sell an awesome tablet that cost them $350, $400 to make. They could sell that thing for $150, eat it, and it would not hurt them one bit, and they would gain market share like crazy. If they put together a device that was way better than the Kindle Fire, maybe not as good as the Apple iPad, but they had it at a great price point, say $150 or $200, and it was like a quad-core processor. It had ice cream sandwich or jelly bean or whatever the newest Android version is. They have a chance to really surge in their market share. Right now their market share is puny. The only Android tablet that's had any success thus far is the Asus Transformer and the Transformer Prime. Even Samsung says that their Galaxy tablet has not been a success to date. They haven't sold nearly as many as they thought they would sell. So I see an opportunity for Google. I see an opportunity for every tablet manufacturer that has Android on it. I know that HTC, Motorola, all these companies are up in arms because they think that Google's going to steal their market share, when really, in fact, my Galaxy Nexus has not stolen any market share from Motorola, because people are still going crazy over the Razr and the Razr Maxx. It's just a starting point. The Nexus was the building point for what Android devices with ice cream sandwich would be. This is what the Nexus tablet should be for Android tablets. It should be just the starting point, and all the manufacturers can build from there. And I feel like Google has an opportunity to gain some market share by really taking a hit on these Google tablets. If they could subsidize this thing and not even expect any money back, we know that people are going to be surfing the web on these things. We know that they're going to be clicking on searches. We know that Google's going to get their money back, and they may even go to the Google ecosystem, this new Play Market, and go get games. They might get movies, books, all things from this severely subsidized tablet that could really help Google in the long term. So I think that they really have an opportunity. But that's just my 2 cents for the day. This is Tech Vlog number 2, guys. Thanks for watching. Be sure to click on the subscribe button up top. Hit the like button below, give me a big thumbs up, and comment as well. What are your thoughts on the Google tablet and the tablet online purchase experience? Do you want to go to a big box store and feel that thing in your hands before you purchase it? Or can you buy it sight unseen, just buy a list of specs? Would you be interested in a highly subsidized device? Would you buy that instead of an Apple iPad? Would you suggest that to your friends that are looking at iPads? What are your thoughts on this subject? Guys, just leave a comment below, and I appreciate all that you guys do. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.